nice to be here in Waterford again so soon after the most recent visit. I actually have a bit of sun this time because I begin to doubt this sunny southeast after the last couple of visits of rain. President Willie, I was waiting to become president before I came down officially, you know, so but I'm glad now that we no doubt that we get to that height. We'll probably see with Colin and Willie anyway, President. But Willie just realised that we snuck in here one Saturday a few months ago into the IT and went to present at the conference as well. It was on the guidance council conference as well. We're going to be behind your back. So I'm actually quite impressed that we could sneak in here, really didn't know about it. Because we've been like shadows for the last couple of months, like with this job. But no, just to say, I think it's an important event to be at, and I'm glad to be here because when you're trying to, part of my job, based in both departments of education and enterprise, is to try to gel them two together and to make sure we get the connection of industry in with education and our education facilities and our ITs and universities and so on. And when you think of that, think of the best place to do it, and Waterford IT is one of the best that I would have known in my 8 months of this job that I've come across. And Willie is synonymous with that, and driving that agenda of working with enterprise, working with companies, be it engineering or other areas, to develop new ideas, new solutions, new problems. And that's what you're doing through all the various parts of your IT, but especially here through the gateways as well, which I think is essential here in the city. So well done to you, and that's why I'm glad to be here, and that's why I'm glad to have the opportunity to look at the facilities today and later on. And congratulate you and all your team in developing those relationships, those connections, because that's what we're trying to do. And when I'm talking to the place, I use examples, I use Waterford where it's working. And we've been down here probably 3 or 4 times in the last month with job announcements with myself and my colleague Richard Wilson. And that's because as a result of the recognition of companies who recognise that this is a place you can come and do business. They can come and work with the facilities. They can come here because you find the skills you need in a range of sectors, not just in the manufacturing sector as well. That's down to all the hard working people in this room of all the agencies coming together to drive the agenda, drive their hard work as well. So again, congratulations on that, and I'm glad to be here. I suppose today's occasion is the opening of the new Metal 3D printing laboratory. I'm going to make sure I get it right. I'm learning about what it's all about. From a finance background myself, the various aspects of technology and so on, each time you go to the event you learn more about it and what it's all about. But it's very clear to me in the whole innovation agenda and working with businesses to find solutions to adapt to what the markets need now, but also to keep costs down. My background would be in cost accounting, so I can see the benefits of all this technology and the benefits of the various labs that companies have access to be able to develop their ideas and to try out different things as well. So it's key. It's a key to that cost agenda, but also to the agenda of making sure that manufacturing companies can compete and can develop the processes that are needed and the products that are needed as well to serve new and emerging markets. So they're essential to that. I want to congratulate all the team here with the Steam Technology Gateway. I mentioned here behind me in this team. Again, well done to all that, and this is probably a unique relationship with the 3 main companies involved, Boston Scientific, Chivo, and this is the brand as well, which are James and McCarthy as well. To have those 3 companies, which are very significant companies involved in this facility and this project, that's what we're trying to do again, drive that collaboration, coming together. And I think the gateways, the technology gateways, are probably one of the best places to do that, because companies of all sizes can get involved in here and can tap in and work together on solutions that will benefit many in the manufacturing sector, many companies, not just the 3 mentioned, but many other companies will avail of the facility here, will have access to the solutions and the ideas generated here as well. So that's what's important to drive that whole agenda. So I think, without a doubt, this is going to become a major centre and a major player in future job creation, but also in job protection, and keep manufacturing companies with that access as well. Just I want to thank Enterprise Ireland for your involvement here through the various, through the games, but also through the partnership programs and through the innovation vouchers and partnerships which are part of this as well. Because I know to find the money, and to always find money, there's a kind of job. And I'm impressed that there's usually wears red, which is on the blue colour for Waterford today, so I think that shows commitment to the cause as well, so part of that too. Just I suppose I've been impressed in general with the overall reputation of Waterford IT, and hopefully today we'll get a chance to see the facilities again as we go along and show as well, because we'll talk more about that as well and see where we can, we're all going to look at this lab today as well, but actually see and learn more about it as well, and see the success it's going to bring. Seems as probably, I know we are probably longer than we years formed and all the 800 industry reports we've prepared to, but in the last 2 years as a gateway, to have nearly 180 various projects and working with over 36 companies, to me proves the point here of the benefit of this and the job creation that will come out of that again. So again, I want to say thanks for that as well. The 3D printing, I believe it's going to be, it's a process that will increasingly become very relevant and very important in the consumer products industry, and also the automotive, aerospace and aerospace in the future. I read some of the case studies of some of the other companies that get involved here, and there are a range of sectors that are involved in one of these facilities as well, will benefit from their work here as well. So in the general sense, I'm aware that looking ahead, the application of 3D printing out of manufacturing is expected to grow significantly backed with the emergence of new raw materials and considerable research and commercialising the technology in various industries that I've mentioned. So again, you'll have an impact here, one that we know today, but we'll see over the next couple of years ahead as well. As a government, we are very committed to the manufacturing sector. And in fact, one of the first initiatives of Richard Bruton, as I often said, is Bible, is the Action Plan for Jobs. Some of you might be part of that because we try to bring in all the agencies into that. But one of the first ones that was set up in 2012, and one of the key sectors of that was to develop a manufacturing forum to show that we do believe there's a future here for the manufacturing sector, not just to maintain what we have, but to actually to grow that and to increase the jobs in that sector. And we believe, and firmly believe, that we can increase that number by 20,000 people over the years ahead, before 2020. And that's the plan, and that's the aim, and to even grow that as well. And again, centres like this, research centres, are a major part of achieving that as well. The Manufacturing Development Forum comprises key industry reps and officials from relevant agencies. And soon after its formation, it was asked to consider the biggest impediments to actually to create jobs in the sector and to sustain jobs as well. In addition, and we were acting each of that forum's actions that kind of we're trying to work on them throughout each year to actually manage the jobs as well, and try to constantly make changes that will help facilitate this sector to create and renew jobs as well. In addition, we also, Mr. Bruton also commissioned a major report from Purpose, which was looking at the whole sector in terms of the skills needed to be able to drive that sector as well. And they produced a report, Making it Ireland Manufacturing 2020 back in 2013, which again is feeding into our policy initiatives and our actions to try to help in this area as well. The strategy identified, as I said, that it is possible to create 20,000 jobs in the sector. And that's what our key aim is to do, and that's what we want to achieve. But it involves key actions in a range of areas, including access to new funding, management and training supports, access to facilities like this, and the collaboration that's needed in these technology centres to be able to adopt technology, to be able to use technology and research that as well. But also in the whole area of cost reduction. Part of my brief is the skills agenda, and we recognise that a lot of companies out there tell us that they can create jobs now, this year, and the years ahead, but they have to make that they can't always find the skills they need. That's why we need our ITs working closely, like water ITs, with industry, to work with you guys and be able to adapt to what you need and to make sure we're producing the skills you need. And in some cases, this morning we launched the Springboard Initiative, which is very important in this area, this region as well. But we're converting previous graduates over to new skills to make sure they can fit into new jobs that we've been created. But we recognise that there is that skills gap there, and we have to close that gap, so we have to continue to grow. And a big challenge in my sector, my department, is that we can't be in a situation that next year and the year after we're creating jobs that we can't fill in the domestic Irish market. And that's what we're trying to do. And that will mean a lot of work from everybody involved in education, of our young people and people coming back into education, and of all ages, working with industry to make sure we have the right skills in the right places. That's the key. And it'll mean a lot of work. We believe we can achieve that. And again, today's average audience is part of that as well, to be able to develop the skills here needed as well in our companies. Manufacturing plays a crucial role in any economy as a driver of innovation and technological advance, and it provides employment across a broad range of skill levels and generates additional indirect jobs throughout the economy. And it will help us achieve the regional balance. A lot of people said to us, okay, we accept that it's recovering, and bit by bit we're getting back to job creation, and there is improvement there. But we've a long way to go. There's still a couple 100,000 people who haven't got a job and who actually want a job. And part of that will be the regional spread. I think the manufacturing sector gives us a chance to achieve that regional spread, to locate jobs outside of the government and the main cities as well. So that's why another reason we're going to try to drive that agenda as well. We have had extensive consultation with the industry and trying to develop links with academia as well. I think again today is part of that, and showing that the collaboration working together as well. I suppose the key part of the study will be again that it's the skills agenda, and we have to work on it through our ITs and so on. But it also involves in the whole research community and the whole research and innovation agenda, which really has required as well. And this is something that we will take very seriously as a government, and in fairness, successive governments have over the last 10 or 15 years contributed a lot to building up a top-class research ecosystem. And Ireland recognises that, and we're consistently scoring high in all the various initiatives and various forums. We recognise the research talent built up here. Again, you're another example of that. We're often asked by companies in America and Germany as well, how do we do it here? How does it work so well now? That collaboration and working together. I think part of it is because we are a small country and we can get access to each other, but I think it's on top of that, over the last 3 or 4 years, everybody's put the shoulder to the wheel and everybody's worked together. And everybody is willing to work in teams, be it through the enterprise gateways or through the SFI centres or the various initiatives we have out there, bringing the talents together. But that is the success. And with the government's prioritisation agenda when it comes to research, we are focused on the 14 key areas where we believe Ireland to have an impact and have an impact on a world stage. And that also will be reflected in our continuous investment in research and development, where we will be driving that agenda that is basic and applied research, but we can link it on to job creation and also to benefits to society, and that's what you're trying to do with research as well. So the new strategy for the science, technology strategy has been designed at the moment through my department. The last one was up. The last strategy was science, technology and innovation strategy. Finished up in 2013, but the agenda is still driving on there. But we want to have a new strategy in place this year at the latest as possible. A consultation is on the way with that. There's been over 90 submissions come into that. I thought there would be more, but the opportunity from most of these events is to talk to you guys as well in the research community to see how we get our focus right, see how we do everything right. But that strategy will be published in summer 2020. But there's still time for everyone's involvement. And I know that there are some areas of concerns, that there's too much of our focus on prioritisation, and so I'm willing to listen to those concerns and discuss as well. It's an issue we have to have that conversation, and the strategy will pave the way in this area for the next 4 or 5 years for this country. So it's important we hear everyone's voice, and hopefully a new strategy will reflect the voice of that. And I know, Willie, from yourself in the IT, and a lot of the other ITs, you want a greater role in that research community and a greater portion of that research budget, which I think you've proven you're applying it. And we have to make sure you get that greater role in that as well. So hopefully that will be reflected in this round as well. So just I suppose finish up with a couple of comments. Dr. Amish got a reward from the Knowledge Transfer Ireland about a month ago. We had a chance to present to that. But again, that's recognising the work that's going on here through this game, through the as well, and their involvement in knowledge transfer. And we had the Knowledge Transfer Ireland was set up in 2014, and their aim is to try to bring again all the research and all the work they're doing closer to industry, and to drive that agenda to make it easier for industry to find their way through the system, and to engage with you guys to commercialise that and to put it to good use as well. So I think again, Orca was leading the way when it comes to the knowledge transfer and aims and targets and driving our relationship. And Dr. Bish here, that's where you got that award. And your credit to you. It's a chance publicly to recognise your work in the area, so keep it up as well. I know you have a team in the IT as well, in the knowledge transfer team as well, which is key to drive it as well. A couple of other key areas I would speak on is Horizon 2020 is an important part of our agenda too, and it goes right at the heart of the research community, which most of you guys here are involved in. We've high targets set as a country in Horizon 2020. We want to try to achieve, if we can, 1.25 billion of a drawdown for Ireland. In 2014, we're nearly up at 100 billion so far in the reports we have, so we are slightly ahead of our targets for the first year. But it is an ambitious target to achieve that over the next 4 or 5 years, and we need everyone's work in that. And I would call on a lot of our institutes of education, our ITs, our universities are doing